getting ready to speak
All right,
with
they're
you.
going to have
We
eyewitness
just ran
reports. I'm
into
curious
Joe
to see
and
what
Donna,
this...
a mother son, who say that they were right there. They were
See what
in
they
the
say.
area where this
If
happened.
they're
Donna, let me start with you.
staged or not,
First of all,
people.
are you okay?
Yes, I'm shook. I'm definitely shook up, but I'm okay. Yeah, and Trump was talking, watching him. I heard pop, pop, pop. I thought it was like a cap gun. And my son's like, "Gun, get down." And next thing you know, everybody around us was down. And then once we got down, we were up at the top of our bleacher. The men were yelling to all the snipers and all the cops to come over because he had shot a man and a woman in our bleacher. We heard the one is very fatal. We don't know that for sure, but they were down. They went out on the race.
Some heard
So Joe, what exactly
one person in
did you
the crowd
see? Because from our vantage point,
is not alive anymore,
we couldn't
and
see what was
another
going on.
was
We didn't see any
injured.
individuals. All we could do was listen for those sounds. But what did you see?
Again, I was watching the president, and you hear the gunshots go off. Remarks from up top said that the shooter actually climbed up the back of the bleacher. And after we got down, like my mom said, there was 2 people down. They were calling for medics. We did see the 2 people that were shot, and we saw them get carried out. Like, I don't know. The one didn't look like they were okay. I hope the other one's okay, and just may God watch over them tonight.
And Don, you said 2 people. Were these 2 people fellow attendees of the rally? And what kind of did you see them get shot directly, or did you just see the aftermath?
No, you just heard the noise. You heard the pop, 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 seeing the aftermath, and neither of them looked good. They were both down. Nobody was talking. Nobody was moving.
What was going through your mind as you were witnessing all of this?
Are they still here? And am I going to get shot? That's what's going through my mind. He's holding my hand, and we were going to get up and try to get out of here. And some gentleman there said, "No, you stay down." So we stayed down, and then we finally heard everybody evacuate, and he grabbed my hand, and we got out of there.
And Joe, what was your state of mind coming into this rally today? What were you expecting, and what are you feeling now as we all experienced a day that none of us thought would come?
Well, I was excited. I mean, this is our second rally, and the first one, Trump is very energetic when it comes to these, and well, now I want to vote for him more than ever.
Yep, that's what I just said.
Just to send a message to these people. They can't stop us.
Don't stop.
Wow.
Don, how
Even
how
more
are you
support
feeling? I mean,
now.
you're here with your son. Of course, you want to protect your baby, and you don't want them or yourself to be in any danger. What were those mama instincts in that moment, and how are you feeling right now?
Exactly. My mama instincts were when he grabbed my hand, I knew my son was scared to death because he was holding my hand.
Everybody keep an open mind about
5 or
this.
6 years old, and so he held on to my hand, and you can
I don't know if
imagine,
we'll
my
ever
heart
know
went
the
into a
exact
million
truth
pieces.
of this.
All I kept thinking was we got to be safe and get out of here, and I agree with Joe. Vote for Trump because this country got to get back in line. This is out of control.
How did you get out ultimately? How did you get here to safety?
Once they evacuated us, because of right where we were sitting, we were able to just keep on going. We actually watched snipers and everybody over on the side for a few minutes, but we just got out of there. We were scared.
They're going to take the poll numbers after this,
of the
and then
these were the people protecting the former
current
president.
president
and now they were over
is
in the
going
lawn.
to be shown the polls, because he said if his poll numbers show that he has no chance of winning, he will drop out.
The one on the ground.
Yeah, so before they evacuated, they carried the 2 injured people out. Then they yelled for us to get evacuated. At that point, all the Secret Service were up in our section with the guns, and they were all in the field. Because like I said, rumor was he climbed up the back of our bleacher. So,
Joe, Donna, thank you both so much. I'm so glad you are safe. I know this was not the day that you were expecting, and thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Don't go too far. I might have some follow-up questions.
Don't always remember that day.
So, Lester, there you have it. Another first-hand account. They were right there. This was not the experience anyone was expecting. Still trying to grapple with what just happened here, Lester.
Dasha Burns, thank you for that interview. Very revealing. We should point out it's unconfirmed what those witness accounts were of other people who might have been wounded. We're tracking all that down, and as soon as we have more on that, we'll certainly bring it to you. I want to bring in our investigative correspondent, Tom Winter. He joins us on the phone with some new reporting on the events tonight.
Hold on one second.
Tom?
Lester, incorporating the work of myself and my colleague Jonathan Dean, 2 senior U.S. law enforcement officials tell NBC News that there is a growing concern that this was a serious, or may have been a serious attempt on the life of former President Donald Trump. Based based on the facts of the investigation as they're developing them. Again, to repeat, 2 senior law enforcement officials tell NBC News that there is a growing concern that this may have been a serious attempt on the life of former President Trump. Lester, I can tell you, as you can well imagine, there is a lot of conflicting information right now as this investigation gets sorted out. What occurred on the ground, who heard what from where, and obviously we're proceeding with extreme caution as to what we're hearing and who may or may not have been involved. But there is definitely a concern that this may have been a serious attempt on former President Trump's life. And
If
why that might be important,
something would have happened,
some people might say that that would be obvious. You know, different things can happen at these events. You don't know the sequence of events and how it happens. So the fact that there may have been serious intent here, and by somebody that might have been capable of doing this, is why we believe this is newsworthy. So that's the latest that we have right now.
if he
It's
was,
preliminary
if
information from the scene, from people that have been briefed on what
the former
the
president
investigation
was
holds.
actually
And so
not
we'll
here
continue to do our
anymore,
reporting and
just
obviously
think
get
of
right
what
back
that
on
would
with
do.
you as we get more information.
There would
Tom,
be
stay with the
civil
record. I just
unrest
want to
for
point out
sure
we saw
then.
some shots of police tape now being put around the area, the stands where former
I don't
President
know.
Trump was
I don't know. I'm
apparently
keeping an
shot
open mind.
there
This
earlier,
could
that is
be
now a crime scene. So what you're seeing
could be
is in fact a
staged
crime
event,
scene. The Secret
maybe.
Service likely to lead that investigation. But Tom, we've all talked about it. We've seen examples of it, political violence. This is something that law enforcement
All right.
has been
Keep an
bracing
open
itself
mind.
for in this
Do some
campaign
prayers
season.
on this. We don't.
Without a doubt, Lester, I've lost track of the amount of times you and I have talked about it privately.
We don't
in
know
offices.
exactly what
We've
happened here.
reported on it. The FBI director.
And how are they going to spin this? How are they going to spin this? All right. Thanks for watching. God bless.
Type of thing.